The video is entitled, I Do Not Like Property Managers or Landlords. I did a video on this probably about, I think the video is about 4 hours ago. The video been up 4 hours, I think. And I was on my other channel, but I didn't get it off into the deep details of what I want to get off into because I use my channels for different things. You know what I'm saying? I don't, on different things. If I'm talking about one thing on that channel, if I'm talking about good vibes on that channel, then I'm not going to go into a whole varieties and go deep into deep depth with talking about real personal stuff on my other channels. But here I will. Yeah, because I made a promise to the people that subscribe to the other channel that I would do that. But I would do that here because it all pertains to. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get it. I'm gonna get it started. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna get it started. I was just checking my messages on this channel here from my phone. Matter of fact, let me see when I put that video up. Managers. I was right 4 hours ago. I posted this video, so the video ain't been up at 4 hours, which is not long at all. I guess long enough for certain things. But yeah, the video, that's the title. I do not like property managers or landlords. Here we go. I just feel like, because they'll say, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. Just because you feel a certain way, that doesn't mean that that's what it is. Fuck you. It is. They're just arrogant people. I'm not even comfortable with dealing with. It's hard to work with people, property managers and landlords, when it comes to just doing business in general. You see what I'm saying? I don't have no good combination with no landlords, no property managers, or none of that. I remember when me and my mother was in Georgia, right? We were signing up for this house. And the real estate agent, I think they all tied in with them, because they trying to get money, you know what I'm saying? And me and my mother filled out, they asked us to sign name, and we was, what I mean, what your income is and what all that stuff was. Them people got all our information, and we ain't heard from them people. It's been decades. This was like back in 2005 or 6. Can't remember, but it was one of them. I think it was like 2005 or 6 or 7, somewhere in that. We waited on them people. We waited on them and waited on them because they run so many games on people. Yeah, I'm sitting here falling asleep in my own video. But anyway, yeah, my mother was a faithful person and paying her rent on time. She was like that. You see what I'm saying? Like my mother, I look at my mother's life now. She's here, and I'm thankful to have my mother here and to be taken. I just feel good, man. It's just a good feeling, man. Especially is to be doing something like this for your mother, man. You know what I'm saying? For your parents, the one that, you know what I'm saying? And it taught me a lot, you know what I mean? And, I learned a lot over the years and everything, you know what I'm saying? She's in the room and then, So she probably might be waking up within a minute, a couple of more hours or something like that. But I'll be ready to get on it and make sure she good, make sure she eat, make sure she have everything, medicine, whatever it is that she need. I'm here for my mother, you know. And I'm thankful not to have a nursing, so-called nursing home where Esau, the nursing home, Esau own all of nursing homes, so-called white man. Esau, he does. And they not gonna play it fair with our people. And y'all know this here. They had some woman bought her ignorant ass on my goddamn on my video. I mean, comment up under one of my video under one of the videos that I did and said there's nothing wrong with putting your people in the nursing home. And I replied to another video and in a comment, I said, I would love to see if you would have that same energy when it come down to you. See, would you have that same energy you get old and your family members tell you, well, it ain't nothing wrong with the nursing home. I got other stuff to do. You may say, yeah, you may agree to it. Yeah, baby, I know you can't take care of me. I understand. And no hard feelings, babe. I know you want to get your life and I don't want to put a life, but you'll say all that, but deep down on the inside, your ass gonna be butt hurt. You know you will. You know that ain't gonna make you feel good. You know motherfucking well that shit ain't gonna make you feel good if somebody tell you, I dare you. You get older, I promise you, that shit will take a toll, and you'll be. I guarantee you. I want to see if you have that same energy. You know, motherfucking well, you ain't gonna have that same goddamn energy. Come putting that shit up on the oh, there ain't nothing wrong with being in a nursing home. You don't know what it's like, and all that kind of stuff. You don't know what my life is. You don't know. That lets me know when you put that comment up under my video. I mean, up under the video, that lets me know you guilty. Your dirty ass will do that shit. Your dirty ass will put them in there based upon what you come. I judge you based upon what the comment you put in under the video, the last video I did. Come on, there's nothing wrong with it. Like what? Like now I see what your mind is. Talking about, there's nothing wrong with putting them in the nursing home. Yeah, I'd like to see if you say that when you get old, would you have the same energy? You ain't gonna have the same energy. But anyway, you can pay your rent and all of that stuff on time to landlords and property managers, and you ain't gonna. No matter that, you're gonna be labeled as just like a criminal or anybody else bad. They don't care nothing about what you pay, what you don't pay. People ain't studying about that. The people just want money. Take that. This doesn't go out to my people, Black, Hispanics, and Native American. Now go somewhere else. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, they ain't gonna play it fair. Mm-mm. Do you know they? Yeah, man. Like I said, my mom, we had signed up like call ourselves signing up for a home. You know what I'm saying? Like housing, like, and they put us on a waiting list, and they came to the house and we had a conversation. I think it was like a real estate agent or something like that. And I was there, my mother was there. We had just freshly came to Georgia at that time, trying to make a fresh start. And they was like, they said they go by your income from what I remember, your income and all that type of stuff. And then they said, well, we're gonna put you on a wait list, and if we call you, We're gonna call you and let you know what you qualify for and all. We're gonna send you something in the mail. You're gonna get this in the mail and all that kind of stuff. Just some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And we went along with it, blind as heck, blind as daylight. All right. Waited a week, didn't hear from them. Then wait another week, and then forever we didn't hear nothing. Like, oh, okay. So they got our information and we ain't heard from them people. That's been over like 15 years ago, and not we ain't heard not even a tap a hint of evidence of nothing, general idea of nothing from 'em. Them people got all our information, made it look like okay, they might sign us up and this and that, and them people ain't never got back with us. Yeah, and we waited, and then we was renting during the time from a landlord. If you hit your if you we I hit them up, asked them some questions about I think it was something what I wanted, and the landlord got smart with me and like that and this and that and the third. I say shit, this motherfucker's on some other type of goddamn energy here. I said they own they on another type of time. I'm not on that type of time. Like what the fuck? So I never did call him no more. Then like for some reason, I told my mom. I said, I really didn't want to move in here, but the situation was like a liability at the time. You see what I'm saying? It was like a liability, and we had no other. It's like it was no other choice. But for some reason, even though now the only thing I like about this, they are closer to a store. Stores up in town, and that's the only thing I like about it. But deep down on the inside, all the others, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't really like it. For some reason, I just never liked living in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But I realized you had no other choice during the time is to move in. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to take an option. You don't have an option in certain liability situations. So I like okay. So I went along with the flow, and then when I met the property manager, I didn't even really. I think my mother went and really went in the office. You know how you go to the leasing office and you apply for different things. I wasn't even comfortable going into the leasing office. I stayed in the truck with my cousin, and my mother went in there. But I gave my mother all my information. I think I gave her my ID and all that. I think I gave her my cards and all the stuff like social security, this numbers and all that, that they ask you for when you're getting involved in their system. Um, so all the paperwork, my mother did all the paperwork. We got over here. That's how I got over. That's how we ended up in here. But I was like, for some reason, I don't really like it in here for some reason. I did not like. I didn't even know nothing about the prop. And I'm just being honest. It's like it's just something just didn't click with me with them. It's just certain people they don't click with you. You know what I mean? Certain people don't click with you. Like it's like I'm not feeling. If I'm not feeling the energy, I'm just not feeling the energy. I mean, it ain't me talking about nobody. It's just I'm just being honest. I'm keeping it real. You don't like something, you don't like something. Everybody has something about some certain people that they don't like because but anyway, those people that are property managers, they gonna have to compromise their own nation of people. You're gonna be going along with just to get and get what you need just to get along with. You're gonna go along with to to get along. you know? And that's just how it's going to be. And I don't know why I'm falling asleep. And that's why, have you noticed like most of the videos that you mostly just see me in? I got a few videos with my mother's friend. You know, my mother have a friend that lives in out of in another state, and I'm only with them in videos and stuff, and that's about it. You know, and but I don't. It's like I done gotten older to the place. I done got to the place. I don't really too much care. It's like I don't even care to have people to like I'm very picky about who I have in my circle. And that's why I say I know at some point I'm probably gonna have to deal with certain managers or property managers. At some point, it's gonna be a breaking point to where I'm gonna have to like, I guess, put aside that ego and just get the business done and do what I don't need to do or whatever. But I try to right now just try to avoid it as much as I could. And I can avoid it. Something I know it's gonna come a time, it's gonna come to a forefront to where you ain't gonna have no other choice. But if I can maneuver my way around that shit, I will, to keep from messing and getting involved with them. And the people that work in power, yeah, I would do it. Yeah, but I do not like. I don't like them, man. I just don't like them for those reasons. I feel like they arrogant. Some of the what else? The hold on. The what you call it? The make some of them is pretty arrogant. Some of them, but the one so far up in here, the two I felt comfortable with the two that works in here. You know, the younger guy and the kind of older guy with the older guy and the young and they with the dreads or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I like you know how some people you can when you first see them or meet them you can talk to them and you feel like you've been knowing them for all your life. That's how it be sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of them, arrogant as hell. Hell no. Like, yeah, yeah. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna come back, man, and I'm gonna do another part because I really there's some parts stuff I'm gonna talk about, but that's why I don't deal with property managers too much, no more than like I said, give them they rent. Like I said, the bank statements and stuff, I don't think they need all of that. Bank statements asking you for all your personal information and stuff. I don't think nobody needs to know anything about what you spend on your banks, asking you for a bank statement and all of that. Fuck no. They need to be just concerned about, they need to make separate accounts, in other words. They say, well, we're not allowed to give them your personal member number and bank statements. We can just give them something on if you're able to pay the rent. And we just ask for the amount of rent that you'll be paying. But as far as us getting into your business, you know what I'm saying? Getting into your business, everything that you spend, it's a trick to that shit. That all of that is to keep up with tabs with, and you revealing these people's private life to them, telling them what you eat. The property managers don't need to know that shit. They don't need to know none of that shit. What you eat, it ain't none of their fucking business. What you eat, how much damn money you spent, how much money you got, how much is they done deposited to. They don't need to know that. The only people that need to know that, and it's worthy of knowing that, is the banks, the people that you deal with, where you got where they deal with your funds and stuff at. You know what I'm saying? Those are the only people that needs to know what you're doing and what you're not doing. I mean, what you're doing and where your money going. But you got the address and all the stores you went through on the bank statement. That's how they go up on your rent and all that kind of stuff because they're able to keep tabs with how much your budget they budgeted and investigating how much you have. So that's why they ask for a bank statement. Say, well, hell, if he's paying this much, then bingo, he can afford to pay this rent that I'm gonna increase because the damn landlord own the damn property, own all this property so damn dirty. The taxes going up, so they gonna charge him taxes. So he probably saying, well, I'm gonna have to go up on the rent and stuff, taking advantage of the people because the people need a place to stay, you know. So that's what they doing. I'm falling asleep in this video and I don't even look like it. But yeah, them some dirty bastards. Esau is dirty. The so-called white people are dirty people. Ain't nobody on the planet more dirty than Caucasian people. Their biblical name is Esau. So I'll be back and I'm gonna pick this up probably in a part 3 video. This is a part 2. I do not like property managers or landlords. I'm gonna expand. I feel like I gotta expand on some more. I'll come back with another part and we'll talk about it.